Okay, nice to see you. And I am so happy that you're here because that means you probably would like to bring some more motivation, creativity, and productivity into 2022. Yeah? And before we start, I would like you to find some paper and a pen or pencil, and maybe some color pencils if you like drawing. If not, you don't need to. But it will be smart if you write down what you get out of this training. You will find yourself, we're going to go quite deep, and we will find maybe some symbols, some metaphors that's very authentic to you, that I want you to maybe at least write down, or maybe you want to draw it or whatever. But this symbol and this metaphor is some kind of a guide for you into 2022. And yeah, if you write that down, you will be able to spend some time reflecting on it and anchor it into your body and your motivation, and the creativity and the productivity or proactivity, I mean, will be more anchored into your body and mind. So if you're ready, then let's dive in. As I see it, what we are looking for the motivation, okay, to do what we want to do. And yeah, here you are, motivation. And to get this motivation, we need two very important things: fear. And what I mean about fear, that means dig into what will happen if you don't do what you want to do. The worst case scenario that will happen if you don't do what you do. And the second important thing is a goal. So it's okay to have something you want to, that you're kind of afraid of, but you also need something to go towards. Because let's say you're afraid or you want to get out of a situation, you know, you down here and you think, okay, I am quite motivated, I want to get out of here. But if you don't know where to go, you will stumble around here all the time because you don't have a goal. So it's really important to have a goal. And we are going to anchor in both fear and goal so that you can have as much energy into your motivation as possible. Okay? For example, you have a goal, you really know what you want to do. Okay? And you want to find the motivation to get there. If you don't have fear and you only have your goal, you might be a procrastinator. Unless you are already proactive and you already have the motivation and you have all the creativity to get there, then it's okay. But if you don't, you might procrastinate. And the reason why is that when you sit here today and you can't sense the feeling of fear, you will always say, well, it's okay, I'm fine today, and I don't have to take, maybe it's a little bit a hard step, the next step is a lot of work maybe, you know, and you kind of say, well, I can do that tomorrow, or it can wait until next week because I am okay. And that week can turn into a month, and a month can turn into a year, and so on, right? and you just sit around here and never reach your goal. So that is why we have fear, to help us towards our goal. So in this training, I want you now to kind of, everything you have learned in your life, everything you learned in school, your parents, TV, social media, everything that you have learned, I want you to kind of put that aside safely on the shelf and be totally open. Okay? We are going to open up our creativity, we're going to open up our inner child, and we're going to use our fantasy and not ever judge anything that comes up into our mind. Okay? There's no room for judging. Everything that comes into your mind in this training is absolutely right and okay. When the training is over, you're more than welcome to reflect on everything that's happened, okay? But while we are in this training, you're only going to be curious, open, naive, have fun, and just let your mind play around. Can you do that? Great. So, we are going to first talk about the fear. So, if you have I hope you already have, if you haven't already found what a situation you either want to get out of or found a goal that you want to achieve, I want you to think of one right now. If you need some time to think about that, you can just pause this video, okay? And come back when you're ready. So, you have your goal or your fear or the situation you want to get out of, and you want to go towards what you want, right? This is not gonna make you feel stressed about reaching your goal really fast, although techniques I know will bring you faster to your goal, but not in a way where you feel stress, because stress puts a lid on your productivity. Okay, so we need to be open, and in this training now we are going to first look at the fear. So if you now have a goal or a situation you want to get out of, I want you to imagine what would happen if you don't do anything about it. And for this training, I want to go a bit deep, and that means I want you to sit on a comfortable chair, or you can lie down or whatever, and we are going to go a little bit deep and see what comes up in your mind. Okay, so sit on your chair, in a comfortable chair. I would like you to breathe deeply in and out. The process that we're going to go through is going to show you the path to how to be more creative. All right? So be playful. Breathe in all the way down to your stomach and out. And I want you to close your eyes. Breathe in and out. And I want you to feel your feet are comfortable, your thighs are comfortable, your stomach and your back are comfortable, your arms are comfortable, and your head and the muscles in your chin are relaxed. Just breathe. And this goal or this thing that you want to get away from, I want you to think, what would happen if you don't do anything about it? Just imagine now what happens if you don't do anything about it. You won't do anything about it today. You're not going to do anything about it tomorrow. And you're not going to do anything about it this week. I want you to imagine that you're standing in front of a mirror, looking at yourself and saying, I'm not going to do anything about it. Look at your face, at your eyes, your body language. And since you're not going to do anything about it, you might not do anything about it for a whole year. And look at yourself in the mirror, not doing anything for a whole year. What do you think about yourself? And it's really easy not doing anything about it for both 2, 3, maybe 4 and 5 years. 5 years has passed and you haven't done anything about it. Look at your face. What do you think about yourself? What state are you in? What do you feel? Let's say you won't do anything about it for 10 years. How do you look in the mirror? What are you telling yourself? And maybe you are not gonna do anything about it for 20, maybe 30 years. Have a good look at yourself. See what you see. Hear what you're saying to yourself. And feel the feelings this gives you. Good. And now you can open up your eyes and come back to me. Great. Okay. Hopefully you came to a place where you really felt that, oh, hell no, I'm not going to go that road. That road is not for me. It's not good for me. It's not healthy. It's not the person I want to be. Okay? And if that feeling was strong, you have the fear in place. And now that you know your fear, we will now find your goal. Ta-da! If you are in a situation that you want to get out of, it's very important to find what is it in the other side that you want, right? If you don't find what it is on the other side that you want, which is probably the opposite of what you want to get out of or away from, okay? So I want you to really get clear on what it is that you want, okay? And if you already had a goal for this training, That's great. Now you have experienced how to get into your fear. Okay. If you need some time to figure out your goal, you can pause this video and come back when you're ready. Just play with your mind, let things just fall into place by itself, okay? There's nothing wrong, there's nothing right, there's just you and me and my voice and your fantasy. Okay, so now we're gonna identify your goal in a very specific way. Because if you can describe your goal very, very specifically, you will be able to kind of live in that place. And that is what we want. We want you to really, really understand the price you get when you reach your goal. Okay? So we're gonna do another training, just almost as the other one. That is, you sit on your chair, or you can lie down, or whatever that's most comfortable or best for you. And I want you to take a deep breath. Close your eyes and relax. Relax your feet, your thigh, your stomach, and your back, and your arms are very relaxed, very comfortable. Your face is relaxed, and you hear my voice. When you have reached this goal, I want you to name this goal. Okay? Give it a name for me. So when you have reached this goal, let us imagine that you are somewhere. It can be outside, inside, office, house, whatever. But you have reached your goal. You're there. You've done it. You made it. I want you to have a look at your surroundings, okay? What do you see? Just play with me and let your mind just wander. What do you see in your surroundings when you have reached your goal that you want to accomplish? What are your actions? What kind of behavior do you have? Can you hear anything? Can you smell anything? And when you're here, when you have reached this goal, what skills do you have now? What abilities do you have? And now that you have all these skills, and you come to this, you reach this goal, I want you to see, what do you believe? What are your beliefs about yourself right now? What do you think about yourself when you have accomplished this goal? And what kind of values do you have when you have accomplished this goal? And when you have these beliefs and these values, what kind of identity do you have? Who are you? And when you are this kind of person, how can you then contribute to something that's bigger than you and help others with? And when you contribute in this way, I want you to think of some kind of symbol or metaphor that reminds you of what you are right now. Pick the first thing that just comes into your mind. It can be an animal, it can be something from the nature, it can be a cartoon, a superhero, whatever that falls into your mind. And keep hold of that symbol, okay? Because that symbol represents you when you contribute and help others with what you are capable of right now. And when you are all this, how can this strengthen who you are as a person? And how can it strengthen what is important to you? And how can this strengthen the skills that you have? And how can this strengthen your actions and your behavior? And how can this kind of behavior and actions strengthen your surroundings? And when you're ready, you can come back to me. Okay. Great. Hopefully, you found a symbol or a metaphor that popped into your head. And it's not important to understand it really perfectly right now, but this is some kind of a guide for you, okay? And now that we know your fear and we know your goals, we can build a motivation bridge. Because now you can use your fear and your goal to get to what you want. And you live here. Okay? This is today. This is you. And whenever you want to accomplish something, you can either way where you can either think of your goal or you can think of the fear first, but use both, okay? And go into what you just experienced with me, you know? Feel the surroundings, see the surroundings, see your actions, understand your identity when you have accomplished this goal, you know? Live in the moment, the day that you have accomplished it, okay? Which is the proof. Be really clear on what is the proof of the day that you accomplish this. When we are on this bridge, okay, and you are standing here, or maybe you're even down here. A lot of you might be already down here because you are in a situation, you just want to get out of it, yeah? And think of, what is the tiny, smallest little step I can do today? You're already taking this training, and that's your good step for today, okay? And then now let's say tomorrow or next week. What is the first little step that you want to take towards what you want? And if you live in a state where you always thinking of what can I do, tiny little thing I can do today to become and do the things I need to do to get what I want. I want you to really celebrate yourself, okay? Celebrate every tiny little step. It's really important to get into a positive and a happy state, okay? So I want you to, in this moment, I really want you to feel happy and proud that you are taking one step forward, because you are. And there's a lot of other things that we can do, but this is the training I'm showing you today. So I want you to write down, what is the first little step you can do to reach out and come a little bit closer to your goal? And let this be on fire. Think of your goal. If you are good at living in here, great. If you feel that you're procrastinating a little bit, well, then visit your fear and feel the urge to get out of that, and let that push you forward to stop procrastinating. Just do the work. Take the little step and be really proud. And then take the next tiny little step and be, yay, I did a little step today too. It can be the simplest step ever, okay? Promise me, it's very important that every step is so tiny that it's very simple to accomplish. It's better to have done 5 tiny steps every day than one big one, okay? So think of the smallest, tiniest step you can do today, tomorrow, and then the next day, and wake up in the morning and say, yeah, I'm on my way. And that's where you're supposed to be. Be happy today because you know that you are on your way. You know that you are not going to stop yourself. And I want you to find your spark. It's really important to me, because if you do, you will feel more fulfilled, you will feel more balanced, you will feel more loving, proactive, and you will be a much better leader, and for yourself and for others. And you will influence the people that you care about, and they will influence others in a positive way again. And this is my mission, to help you finding your spark to reach whatever that is important to you. Okay? So I just want to say thank you for joining me. I hope it was valuable and that you might bring something out of this. Yeah, I will say have a nice day, and maybe I talk to you soon, or maybe you would like a one-on-one coaching one day. Let's find your spark. Bye.